Hey guys, Quad Cities Tesla guy here, and we are on another FSD drive. Today we have software version 2026.20.6.6, and this comes with full self-driving version 14.3.5. Now, right off the bat, the only thing I see that has a blue dot, which the blue dots, in case you don't know, those just indicate where there are changes in the software. Other than FSD, there are some additional changes in there. So let's see if we can find what that is. There is a new parental controls on or off option, it seems. So we'll have to check that out when we get stopped and see what that means. But yeah, we're basically testing out new 14.3.5. Surprised to get it this early, but you know, I'm not like a super influencer or something like that. I'm just a guy trying to make videos and explain how FSD works, and hopefully people enjoy that and like the videos that I make. Today we're taking a different route. I left from home and I let FSD completely navigate us to our first stop, which is the Jewel Osco. This is our usual stops that I like to make. And we're going to see how well it does with just taking us to Jewel Osco, a completely different route. So we are on what's called the Avenue of the Cities, and it's not very far to the Jewel Osco, but this will take us in definitely a different route than we normally would go. So again, the stops we make are generally, I always go to the Jewel Osco, and I know it's like almost 7 a.m. It's not that super busy out. So it's not going to be much traffic. This is really about testing the navigation and what FSD does for parking, as well as like how it navigates certain intersections. There are videos out there on YouTube where people are obviously in much bigger cities, Chicago, LA, whatever. Quad Cities is not that big. It's a lot. There's probably 400,000 to 500,000 people maybe in the area, but they're really spread out across many different towns and cities. So yeah, here we are. We're at Jewel Osco. We're making our first stop, and it's pretty much doing what it normally does, which is it usually comes in one of these few rows and just dives right into one of these spots right about here. But it is still deciding where it's going to park. It hasn't picked the spot yet, but there is our first parking spot. And let's just take a look at how well it did with parking. So you can see the usual, not bad. Let's go ahead and head over to the Moline, Hy-Vee, and the level 4 Superchargers that are over there. And I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up, and maybe while we're sitting at the Hy-Vee Superchargers, we can check out what that parental safety option is. Okay, we have arrived at the Hy-Vee Superchargers here. They're off to the left over here. So usually there's maybe only one car here. This morning there's nobody here. So it's like these are the least used Superchargers I've ever seen in the area. It's really surprising how few people come to these chargers. And I would recommend that if you're going to be in the area and you're looking for a fast supercharger, come to these. These are level 4, so they will give you the most kilowatt hours charging rate. So, and we're backing right into the first stall. Now there is some like old lines here and some new lines, but it seems to have handled that like a champ. So let's take a look and see what's new in this setting. So let's just go here to that was under safety, and it was down here, parental controls on. So This doesn't seem new to me. Maybe there's something just new in here. Um, so I see there's limit the speed, reduce the acceleration. So acceleration set to chill. And then I guess you can set the acceleration. I guess it's only chill. That's what you get. And then you have require safety features. So speed limit warnings, forward collision warnings, automatic emergency braking, and that can't be modified, I guess. And then maybe this is new, this curfew notifications. I don't know. I've never used this. If you know, please comment down below what you think is new. I have no idea. I'm just gonna take a look. Oh, you can also restrict browser, theater, and arcade apps. So I guess that might be the new thing. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, we're not going to turn it on because I don't need that. I don't have kids driving my car, and my kids are all over 20. So let's go ahead and start self-driving and head to our next destination, which is the Moline Township. Okay, so we're going to continue trip, click self-driving, and we're off. So not only do I follow this happened this last time. It starts to go like it's going to go out this way, and then it goes around the gas pumps here, and then makes a left and goes back out. So this is kind of an unusual way to get out of the parking lot. Oh, excuse me, man. Not that. Mornings, the sun makes me sneeze for some reason. I think it's a combination of the coffee or the sweetener and the sun. I have sensitive eyes anyway. Like my eyes are very sensitive to light for some reason. I don't know, it's just born that way. But yeah. Anyway, I also like to follow SpaceX. I am a little bit disappointed that they didn't get off the ground yesterday. They didn't even try. I guess they delayed it for another 4 days. So if you're interested in SpaceX, you should check it out. This Thursday is the next launch date for the Starship. It's basically their version 3 of Starship and version 3 of the booster and version 3 of all the engines. So I've been to Starbase once just to visit because I'm kind of a space enthusiast as well. Doesn't matter whether it's SpaceX or it's Blue Origin or it's NASA, it doesn't matter. Any space-oriented thing I'm kind of into, but I have been to Starbase and visited SpaceX and got to watch the launch of the Integrated Flight Test number 11 when it happened back in October of last year. So I would love to go again, but they're a little bit off. Anyway, other things in Tesla news, I guess if you are a Hardware 3 version owner, there is some more improvements coming out for Hardware 3, basically V14 Lite. So be looking for that. Now, I like to look up news on Not a Tesla app. That's notateslaapp.com. I think it's pretty informative. There's a lot of good articles out there that I like to read. So that kind of keeps me abreast of what's going on in Tesla news and sometimes other EV news as well. Anyway, let's speed this up until we get downtown Moline, and we'll hit the roundabouts down there and see how 14.3.5 does. Before we do that, though, I will mention that sometimes when I go on these test drives, like things seem really good, and then like 2 weeks later, I run into some weirdness as well. So it's not that this test drive tells you that the drive is perfect in any ways. It means that basically I'm looking for regressions and improvements in the route that this takes. But in some cases, you can be off the beaten path doing something else, and the car will do something completely unexpected. Yes, I have seen where the whole wheel wiggles back and forth like indecisiveness. I've seen where the car almost feels like it's coming to a complete stop for some reason, and there's nothing there to stop for. Like, what is going on? Don't know. But it does happen. It's very rare, and usually there's nobody else around when it's happening for some reason. Anyway, that being said, let's continue the route. Let's get downtown Moline, and we'll pick it up from there. Okay, we have made it to downtown Moline. So you may have noticed, I don't know, maybe if you're new to my channel, you won't notice, but if you know, I've kind of rearranged. I've done away with the display here, both displays that I have, and I've done away with the dash cover. I am honestly thinking that at some point I want to get myself into a Model Y, but I have all these basically extra products that I've reviewed that I think I'm gonna start giving them away in my videos. So if you've made it this far in my video and you're interested, I have a ring. It is an RFID ring. It allows you to unlock and lock the vehicle basically from this ring. So it kind of acts like an extra key card. So you don't have to carry one in your wallet, whatever. You could basically access your vehicle, get in it, drive it anywhere you want. And I previously made a video about it, and that'll be at the end of the video that you can watch. And I'm going to give, this will be the first item I'm going to give away. And it's just a ring from Tesco. It is only a size 8. Now, I would probably have kept this, but what happened is I measured my wedding band, and I can't put it on the same finger with my wedding band. I wanted to put it on this finger. I should have measured my other hand because it feels like my other hand is a size 9. So yeah, it fits on my wedding band hand, but it doesn't fit on my right hand. So I'm gonna give this away. Again, it's red and black. I'll put a picture up for you to see what it looks like, and here. And then if you're interested in this ring, I'll ask you to do just a couple things. First, like and comment on the video, and also subscribe. The next thing you need to do is just go to my website, qcteslaguy.com, and there's a contact form there. And if you could fill out the contact form, you don't have to ask for me to send you newsletters. That's not something I'm really doing yet, but send me an email that says, I want the ring, the one ring or something, and I'll enter you in the drawing. So again, it's a size 8. It's red, it's black, red and black, and I'll send it to you in the mail as long as you are in the continental United States. If you are living outside the United States and you want this ring, I might ask you to give me a little bit of extra money to help pay for the delivery of it. But other than that, the ring is free. It's yours. That's it. Let's go on to our next stop. Okay, so this next part of the journey, we are going to be making a left here, and there are 2 roundabouts that we're going to go through. We already went through the first roundabout once, but we just did a quarter of it, and now we're going to do another quarter of it, and then we go down the road, and there's another roundabout down here, and we're going to just speed it up until we get to the next stop, which is Trimble Funeral Home. Okay, there's a little bit of a challenge coming up here. There is some construction related cones, or I guess you call them barrels, and they're kind of blocking the road, so the car can't go that way, can't go that way. So let's see what it does. This will be fun. It just kind of went around it. Looks like they're closing that road. They're in the process of putting up the barrels, so we kind of just made it in time. But yeah, it handled it fine. It was going to go left. It tried to go left at first, but then it saw that there was a road closed one of those things there too. So it couldn't go left. And then it said, well, okay, what do I do next? So then its next thought was, okay, I'll just go around the barrel and we'll be done. So it worked out pretty good. So here we are, we're at Trimble Funeral Home and we are pulling in and the police are here watching the traffic, and he's going to be wondering like, what is this guy doing? My car, it just does what it does. So we are going to stop and we're going to check to see how it did with the parking. Looks good, and start self-driving, and we're going to get out of here hopefully unscathed. So they're like, what is going on? Police officer, thank you. But this is some unusual stuff today, so I didn't get arrested, not yet. But we're gonna see what happens when we go down. Looks like they're gonna be doing a lot of construction down here in Moline. I think this is gonna make things really difficult in the area for a little bit of time. It seems like we got construction down that one road, down this road. Yeah, interesting. So, first for everything, right? So far, this drive, it feels pretty much the same as most of the drives that I've been on this route. Not much of a problem. It's a little bright right now down here, so I'm gonna put my visor down. But yeah, it handled that construction area that was going up down there. Now it's got to get over to the left. It is going to negotiate to get behind this car here. We're going to squeeze in. But yeah, it handled everything just fine. And you'll find that happens. Occasionally, you'll find that FSD and the navigation doesn't do perfectly. It's not perfect by any means, and that's why it's still supervised. There are moments where you really do need to take over. I have almost made it to 50 miles on a streak. I'm trying to reach 100. I'm trying not to intervene as much as I can, but sometimes you just can't. You just can't help it. You have to. If you have the patience with parking, yeah, it works out pretty good. So, but sometimes I don't have the patience, so I take over too soon and then I lose the streak. I really don't care about it, but I see everybody getting this 100-mile streak. I want to get one, see what it's like. I mean, it's just confetti or something. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. It's subscribers like you that really help my channel to grow. And if you're looking to buy a Tesla, you can go to qcteslaguy.com and you can click on the referral button at the top of the page, and that will get you 3 free months of full self-driving when you purchase or lease a brand new Tesla. Until next time, use technology to drive safe so that you can live life. See you.